Even some moisture. Believe it or not, that's right, Lena. That talk is true because as we head into the next few days, we are expecting even a chance of drizzle in the forecast. Getting a look this evening from our Sierra cam, a little bit of cloud cover out there, and other than that, we're seeing clear skies and warm conditions. Warmed up pretty nicely today. Mostly clear conditions with a little bit of marine layer trying to make its way back to the coast, and as it does, we're expecting maybe even a chance of rain overnight. Not rain, but more drizzle produced from that marine layer. And as we head into the next few days, we can continue to see that chance. So we started off pretty foggy today, and that fog mixed out. We actually saw pretty sunny, pretty warm conditions. We'll break that all down for you. But you'll see currently we're into the 60s, 68 in Encino. As we head over to Santa Monica, we're in the 60s. Temescal at 68, Chino Hills at 69. As we head over to the Orange County coastline, we're currently into the 60s. You'll see right here, 66 degrees. So we'll have that 5-day forecast. We'll show you how cool and all of that, well, talk of drizzle. We'll be breaking that down for you in just a little bit. Back to you.
So she's talking about drizzle. What's so funny? Is something funny?
Oh, nothing.
She gets very giddy when she starts talking about moisture coming from the sky.
I know, especially when it's like the middle of July. What's that all about?
I know, right?
Right.
Right. It's very exciting. But certainly there is a chance of drizzle in the forecast. So it's kind of like that June gloom making a comeback in July. So it finally felt like summer. We got a little taste, and then it's going to change again.
And then it'll get warm again.
And then it'll get warm again. Exactly. Well, you got it.
Keeps you busy.
You got the whole forecast. There we go. Perfect. That's all you need to know.
Back to us.
All right. All right. We'll give you a more detailed version. How about that? So let's start off with, well, a look outside. Things looking pretty good this evening. We're getting a gorgeous shot right now from our Santa Monica. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, look how
gorgeous.
Yeah,
That's when you know it's summer. It's light. You're looking at the beach, and it looks like that. It almost looks warm. You just want to be out there. Nice summer night for you. Temperatures into the 60s at the coast. In fact, at the pier, we're at 66 degrees. Right here at the broadcast center in Studio City, we're currently at 67 degrees. So earlier, we warmed it up into the 70s. You'll see right here, 79 degrees. That was the high in downtown. Average is about 83. So we were a few degrees below average. Certainly didn't reach record temperatures and not getting there over the next few days. In fact, we're cooling temperatures down over the next few days. A good 4 degrees in the basin tomorrow. Over the next 24 hours, we're getting down into the 60s, up into the 60s first thing in the morning. By the afternoon, we're in the mid 70s. A little bit of sunshine, a little bit of cloud cover by the afternoon, but I will tell you, low cloud cover, fog in the morning, mixing out by the afternoon hours. So your weather headline showing you low pressure, that's what's prompting that thicker marine layer overnight and morning low clouds and fog mixing out by the afternoon for the most part. But once we head toward the middle part of the week, we're going to cool it down even more so, and we're eyeing a chance of drizzle in the forecast as well. We're warming up as we head into the weekend as high pressure rebuilds into Southern California. But until then, temperatures look like this. Downtown getting up to 75 tomorrow, Santa Monica 68, Anaheim 79, Palmdale 88, Riverside getting up to 83, and same thing goes for the valley tomorrow, Woodland Hills getting up to 83 degrees. So temperatures below average, but still warm. And again, you'll see that fog starting to push its way back into Southern California into the overnight hours. As we reach the 11:30 hour, you're going to see that first thing in the morning as well. We're dealing with fog, and then by about 12:30 tomorrow afternoon, already dealing with a little more sunshine on our hands. And you'll see that right there in your 5-day forecast. We're talking about that fog, but we are talking about afternoon sunshine, especially in the valleys and the Inland Empire. 80s for the next couple of days. Chance of drizzle Wednesday morning. Chance of drizzle Thursday morning as that marine layer continues to thicken up. We're getting down to the 70s by the weekend. We're at 77 degrees once we get to Friday. But weekend, we are warming it up again. Remember that ridge of high pressure rebuilding, and we're going to be back up into the 80s by Saturday. Lena, Rick, back to you.
All right, thanks, Evelyn.
And getting a look outside right now, a little bit of fog coming in. We'll have your full forecast coming up in just a little bit. But rain might be a little too extreme. I mean, it's all in the same family, but drizzle, you know, rain sounds a little intense.
Rain's cousin, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a cousin. Sister, half-sister.
Rain's nicer cousin?
Yeah, something like that. I like that. I'm going to start using that too. All right, but yes, we are looking at a chance of the wet stuff. We don't want to call it that, but we'll just say drizzle. So kind of minimal, produced from all the cloud cover that we're expecting over the next few days. Just saw that over that shot of downtown. Seeing it show up on radar now, starting to approach the coast and eventually pushing into our inland valleys and into the basin. So waking up to a foggy forecast yet again by the afternoon. A little more sunshine for you. That same pattern kicking in. Currently, we're at 67 in downtown Alhambra at 68 degrees. Over to Chino Hills, you're at 68, and Temescal at 67 degrees. Over to Orange County, we we go, and we're into the 60s as well. Not a big temperature difference anywhere. 67 Westminster. As we head over to Cerritos, you're currently at 67. So earlier today, we got up to 79. Average is 83. So we were a few degrees below average. And over the next 24 hours, we're dropping a few more degrees below average for this time of year. 60s overnight, 60s first thing in the morning with fog. And then by the afternoon, a little more sunshine, a little bit of cloud cover. And we're topping out into the mid-70s in the basin, which is quite a few degrees below average, about 8 degrees to be exact. So low pressure dominating at the moment. And with that, we're going to see overnight and morning low clouds and fog mixing up for the most part by the afternoon, also thickening up over the next few mornings. And as that happens, well, we could potentially see a chance of drizzle in the forecast first thing in the morning, and not just limited to the coast. Looks like the basin, maybe our inland valleys, could see just a few drops in the morning hours, and then a warm up over the weekend. So downtown getting up to 75, Palmdale 88, Woodland Hills 83 degrees for you. And you'll see right here on Futurecast, we're dealing with a little bit of fog starting to enter the picture gradually as we head into the overnight and morning hours. That's when we're expecting more fog by the afternoon, a little more sunshine for you, and that same pattern really holding over the next few days. So it's going to be a little cloudier and cooler as that trough of low pressure really starts to dominate the forecast. If you are looking for a warmer forecast, by the time we hit the weekend, well, a ridge of high pressure building back in. What does that mean for us? Well, a warmer forecast as we head into the weekend. Not now, though. We're cooling it down as we head into the next few days, especially along the coast, keeping temperatures cool and very consistent over the next few days as well. We're into the 60s, partly cloudy, chance of drizzle Wednesday into Thursday. Best chance for you, mainly in the morning hours, maybe a little bit of sunshine by the afternoon. By Friday, well, we're still keeping it cool, a little more sunshine for you. And by Saturday, warming it up along the coast to about 70 degrees. We're going to continue to warm it up into the weekend across the board for everybody. But until then, everybody cooling down with that chance of drizzle and a little more fog in the morning as well. So we're going to have more 5-day forecasts for the basin and the valleys coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. Rick and Lena, back to you.
All right, thanks, Evelyn.
We get a well-deserved break, Lena, as we head into the next few days. We're cooling it down, especially in the morning hours. You'll see fog starting to make its way into Southern California by way of, well, Santa Monica. Take a look at this. Already starting to see a little bit of fog. A few people out and about on the pier, and temperatures still pretty mild. We're into the 60s right now. Radar showing you a little bit of that fog making its way back into the forecast there. And temperature-wise, well, we're into the 60s. 66 in downtown, 67 Alhambra. Over to the Inland Empire we go. We're looking at temperatures into the 60s, 63 in San Bernardino. And as we head over to Riverside, you're currently at 69 degrees and checking in right there with Orange County. You're into the 60s as well. 67 Westminster and 66 in Huntington Beach. So earlier today, we got up to 79 in downtown. That's a few degrees below average for this time of year. We're going to continue to fall below average over the next 24 hours. We're only topping out at about 75 degrees for tomorrow afternoon for the basin. So we're cooling it down a good 4 degrees. We're a good 8 degrees below average for this time of year for downtown. So you'll see right here, the reason behind all of this, low pressure. It's dominating. And with that, we're seeing morning and evening low cloud cover and fog. By the afternoon, we're expecting most of it to mix out, maybe a little bit of residual cloud cover. But for the most part, it's going to be foggy in the morning, a little sunnier by the afternoon. Chance of drizzle first thing in the morning, next few mornings, especially as we head into the middle part of the week. And if you're looking for warmer weather and more sunshine, well, we are expecting a warm up as we head into the weekend as high pressure begins to rebuild into Southern California. So we're going to break that down for you. We're going to show you your 5-day forecasts coming up in just a little bit. But I will tell you, prep for cooler weather, prep for a little bit of morning drizzle. June gloom all over again, but we're in July now. So that's just how it goes. Back to you.
All right.
Like it hot. Like they say, like a movie. But you know, some like it cooler. So that's certainly going to be the case over the next few days. So best of both worlds yet again. You'll see right here as we get a look outside right now from our Saddle Peak camera overlooking the Santa Monica Bay. We're dealing with a little bit of cloud cover coming in, and that's going to be the drill over the next few days. That marine layer thickening up, and with that, potentially looking at a chance of drizzle over the next few days. Temperature-wise right now, we're into the 60s. 66 in downtown Burbank, 67, San Bernardino, 73, and Riverside currently at 67 degrees. So over the next 24 hours, we're getting down to the 60s, up into the 60s, upper 60s first thing in the morning with fog and a little more sunshine by the afternoon. Temperatures only getting up to about 75 degrees. Average for the basin is about 83. So we're below average, and we're keeping things below average as low pressure continues to dominate. What does that mean for us? Well, it's ushering in morning and evening low clouds and fog. And on top of that, we could see a chance of drizzle as that fog starts to thicken up over the next few days. As we head into the weekend, if you you like it a little warmer, well, high pressure is going to rebuild over Southern California. And what does that mean for us? Well, clearer skies, more sunshine, drier conditions, and warmer temperatures as we head into the weekend. But until then, temperatures getting up into the 60s, 70s, and 80s. We're pretty much capping out into the 80s for tomorrow. 88 in Palmdale, Woodland Hills 83, downtown getting up to 75, and Santa Monica getting up to 68 degrees. So you'll see right here as we fast forward the clock on Futurecast, here we are right now waiting for a little more fog to enter the picture. And as it does, well, it's going to get a little thicker. We could see maybe even a little bit of drizzle produced from it. We're going to see it first thing in the morning when we wake up, and then by the afternoon around 12:30 or so, already dealing with a little more sunshine and a little less fog. So here's the drill. We're talking about low pressure. That's what's prompting the cooler and the cloudier weather. So low pressure sitting overhead. As that trough starts to dig into Southern California, we're looking at that marine layer starting to thicken up. We're looking at that chance of drizzle in the forecast over the next few days. And eventually, as we head into the weekend, low pressure is going to break down and high pressure is going to build up. And with that, looking at a little bit of a warm up by Saturday. Back to you.